Hello and welcome in.
Hang on, you're not on the screen.
Push the camera button over there too.
It's on 2. I don't know how that happened. Give me just a second, folks. This is funny. Welcome to Arkansas Sports Now.
Right, yeah, hang in there with us. I really don't know. It's on. Now, this is something new right here, right? You can hear me, right? Everybody hear me?
Yeah, it says I can hear you. This is great. I'll get it figured out in just a second.
We'll let you get it figured out with your producerness. I'm here, I promise you. I'm waving at you right now. But glad to have you along here on Arkansas Sports Now as Justin starts working through some of the things that he's got going on. Tyler Boyd says, let's go. Let's talk about hoops today, man. It is a great day for high school hoops as we're winding the district tournaments down, and then also Arkansas Razorbacks. And what an amazingly tragic game.
Oh, it really was.
That was on Wednesday. It was rough. That was a tough one. It's like, I don't even know. How do you do it? How do you lose? How do you lose that game? You have one of the all-time, probably the greatest performance ever by a Razorback. We'll talk about all of that today. But, again, glad to have you along. Anything yet?
No? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Because I know why.
There we go.
Yeah.
We figured it out now.
Justin's not very smart today.
It is what it is. Anyway, glad to have you along, and I'm going to come up on the screen here pretty quickly now since Justin's got it figured out, and we've got district tournaments galore right now. District tournaments galore. Man, I said it on the last show. You've got postseason basketball now from now to June.
Yes.
There is, you've got your district tournaments, regional tournaments next week, state tournaments next week. Speaking of, thank you. You're right on pace with that. We need you. If you're in the 4A or the 1A and you think you're going to be in the tournament, please make sure your team is sponsored. I'm not going to sit here and say we're having trouble because I don't know that we are.
More the merrier, though. Show it's really just about showing these kids you care.
Absolutely.
And it lets us do more. It's more graphics. It's more video we can pull off.
Well, when you say lets us do more, it lets us do more by covering kids. Yeah. I mean, that you want more out of covering your students. You want the ability for us to maybe come and do interviews and stuff like that. We've got some plans and some things that we'd like to do coming up, maybe even including camps, different things of that nature. Everything costs money. And I know that people are asking all the time for money. I understand that. I get it. But at the same time, these are the things that help your kids get noticed. I know for a fact that colleges are looking at our streams. They've signed kids because of our streams. They literally watched kids on the stream. So anyway, Bryant Wallace says, let's go Earl Bulldogs. Earl Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs and Bulldogs. We need sponsors.
Yeah.
We need sponsors for them. We do.
Am I officially going to the 1A?
I think that's where you're headed.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna miss my 4A, my Pottsville teams. They're looking to make it. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but I'm excited to be able to go to Stamps, go to Lafayette County.
I know that's like God's country for you.
It is. I love it down there.
It is. So
it's a different world.
It's different down there. It's different for sure. But let's talk. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit of Razorbacks first.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk the district tournaments after that. All-time classic game.
It really was.
Arkansas falls to Alabama 117-115. Unfortunately for Arkansas, it seems like most of the classic games end up in the wrong side, on the wrong side. They call the football game, the Arkansas-Texas game in 1969, the game of the century. which there
Yeah.
are other games that are called Game of the Century. I'm talking about football. But do you know that in 1991, when UNLV came to Arkansas, 1-2, they called that the Game of the Century?
Yeah, and UNLV beat the brakes off of us, didn't they?
Well, the final score was not quite indicative of how bad the game actually was. It was 112-105 was the final score. I actually watched highlights of this game just the other day. But UNLV was ahead, 25 points at one point there. It was like 100-75, and then Arkansas kind of picked it up toward the end. I'm sure UNLV kind of let up a little bit. But anyway, 112-105 was the final score there. And again, Arkansas with the Game of the Century in football, 15-14. Texas comes back and wins that game. In the final minutes of that game, you could baseball-wise, you can do the same thing. I mean, it just seems like Arkansas ends up on the wrong side. But you want to talk about one entertaining basketball game. It was a very entertaining basketball game.
It really was.
I wasn't exactly happy with the officiating. I'm not, I'm full transparency when I tell you this. We rent our office from one of the guys that was on that game. No lie.
I didn't realize Mr. Don was over there.
But I don't, and I'm saying this as truthful as I can be when I say this. I don't have a problem. I've watched a lot of games that Don Daly referees, and Don seems to be pretty even keeled when he's refereeing, right?
Gets that from his dad.
Yeah, I mean, really, he seems like he's not one of those referees that take over. But if you'll go look at my X account, you'll see, and if you want to look at that, Many Hats Man is my handle. ManyHatsMan. I tweeted or X'd or whatever you call what you do now. About 15 minutes left in the second half, I said the Doug Showles takeover has begun. And he allowed Alabama to get back into the game. Now, I'm not saying Arkansas did everything right. The big man for Alabama absolutely dominated us. He did. But I also think that when you talk about some of the calls that they got, some of the calls that we didn't get, and basketball is a game of momentum, and they were able to capture the momentum and be able to take the lead. Arkansas did a great job of battling back just to get that game to overtime after all of that. But again, Darius Acuff was he was just phenomenal. He was fantastic. I mean,
he really
all
was.
Of the superlatives that you could ever imagine. He was great. I mean, again, the greatest basketball game that a Hog has ever played, in my opinion. We watched it on Wednesday night on the road, 49 points.
That's the greatest game a freshman's ever played. Period.
It's very possible.
Well, that's the
in college basketball
NCAA,
history.
In college basketball history, no freshman has
ever
scored more
49 in a game against an AP top 25 team. They had never scored that many points.
Nope.
49. And it was unreal. And, I feel like coming out of that basketball game, just considering all the circumstances, if you watch Calipari's press conference, he said some things without saying some things, right?
Yeah.
He went down the stat sheet and he said, well, we made some more field goals. We made more three-pointers. We only turned the ball over 7 times. He said, we had the same amount of blocks.
So they shot double the free throws.
But they made 11 more free throws and we lost by 2. And he just goes,
yeah.
And that was it. That's all he said. And, it was what it was. Basketball is a game that the home court is, I think, probably the most advantage of any of the sports that you play. Basketball is that. That's why that neutral court is so important. That's why the NCAA, when they look into March Madness and how they're seeding teams, they look at how did you fare on the neutral court. Well, why is that? Because everybody is affected by the home court, including the officials. And stat of the day, Arkansas is now 6-31 on the road with Doug Showles officiating games.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
That's rough.
I'm just not a fan of him.
Now,
It seems to go that way every time he's reffing an Arkansas game, there comes a stretch of the game where he just
decides
he's going to screw us.
Did you know he's from Arkansas?
He must be a Red Bull fan.
He graduated from the old North Little Rock High School, I think, Old Main, I believe is what they called it. And, sometimes I think it's something like what you'd say Jimmy Dykes does on broadcast. Sometimes he goes out of his way to maybe even not be biased by showing a little bias against, in some ways, maybe. I don't know. At the end of the day, I feel like watching that Razorback team and how they played and the fact that Acuff just looks unstoppable, I feel like that you're at a point with this team now. Now, remember, I'd said this on the last show. I said if Arkansas beats Alabama, I could see Arkansas going to the Final Four. Well, there apparently was a scenario where Arkansas didn't beat Alabama, and I could see Arkansas going to the Final Four. It was exactly how it played out.
I can still see them getting to the Final Four because, even with the loss versus Alabama, my gosh, they made mistakes, of course. They're still kids for the most part. But, my gosh, they played great. 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's
in a double overtime game.
In a double OT game. How many Acuff have? None? One?
One, I think.
That's spectacular play from not only your point, you're just a freshman point guard, period.
Right.
And a senior point guards don't have that kind of stat line.
Now, what you got to see is Arkansas bounce back.
Yeah.
You got to see them.
Need a big bounce back.
You got to see them bounce back. They need to beat Missouri on Saturday at home.
Yeah.
And then figure out a way to win a few down the stretch here, which now I've got to pull it up. But
I'm looking at that Florida game.
Yeah, that Florida game is going to be tough.
It
And unfortunately, with that loss, that Florida game is not nearly as important as it used to be. It was going to be hard to catch Florida anyway. And now with that loss,
it's
too
many
just
games back.
we're
just playing for second place right now.
You are right now. You're playing for that double bye. You want that double bye, but Missouri at home, A&M at home. Those two, you got to win those. A&M has really slid off in the last few weeks. They're working their way toward the bubble. They are getting in a spot. I could see Arkansas winning 4 out of 5 of these. I think 3 out of 5 if you just take all the home games. That puts you at 22-9 coming out of the regular season, and that would make them. Well, what are they now? They're 9-4, so it'd be 12-6 in the league.
Yeah.
That's
still pretty good.
Not a bad run there, and then you're probably in the top 4.
Not as hard as the SEC is.
Yeah, you're probably in the top 4. If you win 4 or 5, 13-5, I think that's pretty much a done deal. You're in the top 4, and I don't know. Does Arkansas have the best player in the nation right now? It's really possible.
One of, if not the, and there's some great. There's other great freshmen across the country, too. It ain't just Acuff that's showing out, but he's just setting himself apart the past couple games.
Correct.
31 a couple games ago, 49 versus Alabama, and just the limited turnovers all season. It's not just one game. The boy don't turn the ball over. He's fun to watch, so my gosh, because if he gets a step on you, he's at the rim.
So on Facebook, we're dark. You check that?
Showing up fine on mine.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. I just refreshed it. It's back now. I don't know what happened there.
Aaron Lindsay saying a lot of great games on the schedule for 3A2 conference semis.
Well, Aaron, give us some update. Let us know. Jessica Cox on here. She says, let's go Pottsville. Pottsville boys and girls in the district finals playing –
Second year in a row, they're both playing district finals.
Boys playing Dardanelle again.
Yep, you got a rematch from last year.
And the girls playing Waldron, a very athletic Waldron team, by the way. They're very, very athletic. That's a good one. There's a bunch of them. I've got some of them pulled up here. I made a post, and we've got people kind of commenting on them. We'll talk about some of these. I spoke with Jamie Varnell last night out at Paris, the Paris Foundation there. He runs that situation there, and they play Subiaco tonight in the finals. Now, Paris has
lost to Mansfield.
Yeah, Paris has had to survive to get there. The last 2 games, Mansfield. I don't know if you know this. Mansfield almost got them down 2, I believe. Now I could be wrong. Jamie may have to correct me here. Down 2 in the closing seconds of the game. Mansfield let up one fly from 90, and it almost went in. Jeez. I mean, just threw a full court shot, and apparently it seriously banked off the backboard, almost went in. So could you imagine?
Disheartening right there.
Could you imagine losing a game like that? Your season is over. Your guy hit a 90-footer. So anyway, they were able to beat Lamar last night. It was funny. He sent me a message, and the first thing he said was, "Switch them back." He said Paris beat Lamar last night. I think the score was 56-53 on that one. So now Paris takes on Subiaco, and Jamie says that they're due. He says it's time to get that victory over.
Boy, Subiaco's good.
They are.
And they're always so well coached. They got a great coach there at Subiaco.
Oh, yeah. Coach Tincleve, he's been there for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
I think
always has those guys ready.
I think he's been there as long as I've been alive. No
Just
lie.
about, yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. He's since his late 70s, early 80s has been.
I'm pretty sure I had a conversation with him, and I want to say he said 81, which was when I was born. Yeah. So
he's certainly put in his time there, and
right.
He's got a great program. Those boys, they play hard for him every year, and of course, Subi, they get all the the kids from the Bahamas, and kids from all over the world coming to go to school there because it's a good school, number one.
Right.
And, they play their butts off for them. Good kids, too, because Deanne, she works down in Paris, and they're always down there in town and respectful and well-behaved, and that's all you can ask for from those guys.
So Aaron's giving it to us. He said on the boys' side, Flippin's taking on Cave City. Cave City pulled an upset and got into the semifinals. On the other side, Bergman and Melbourne for the third time this year. Yeah.
Good luck.
That's a good one.
Roll the dice on that one, man.
That's a good one right there. It's good info there for sure. And that 3A2, good basketball. Now I saw that Valley Springs did beat Salem in the girls' side, so Valley Springs is in there now. If I'm not mistaken, there are 5, so they take on Mountain View. If I'm not mistaken, again, that's off the top of my head. I think somebody posted that. Let's see here. That's BSC Mountain View. Yep, they do. So at 4 o'clock today, Mountain View girls take on Valley Springs in the semifinals. Now, a little backstory on that. Last year, Valley Springs was up 9 with a minute and a half to go on Salem, ready to beat them. And Salem came back and won that game and put themselves into the regional tournament because of that win. And Valley Springs was heartbroken over that loss. That was a rough loss there. So Valley Springs was able to exact a little bit of revenge there. Got a 38-35 victory last night. So
revenge is always nice. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow.
Right. It tastes sweet when it's on your side, that's for sure. Bergman and Melbourne play on the girls' side as well. That's another good matchup there in the 3A2. And then, of course, like we said, Mountain View and Valley Springs matchup. Here's another one that I think is going to be a fun one. Junction City and Hampton for the third time this year. Those two split this year. They split the conference there, trying to get the 1 seed going into the regional. Right.
That's competition right there.
Well, and we have I think we have one of them at 6 and one of them at 7 in the poll right now. So that's pretty good. Blytheville Lady Chickasaws will take on Highland at 3:30 for the 4A district title, followed by Blytheville and Brooklyn for the men. 3:30. That's an early start. I've never heard of that.
4 was bad enough yesterday.
Right.
That Pottsville girls had to play at 4, and I was trying to get their schools letting out.
Right.
That was a mess.
So Blytheville and Brooklyn, though, that's going to be one heck of a matchup. Highland Lady Rebels there. We've been talking to them. We need sponsors. We need sponsors for Highland. I feel good about Highland making it to the state tournament. I think they're going to be in a good spot here. Speaking of other teams that might need some sponsors, Kingston and Lead Hill taking on each other. Then you got Jasper and Omaha.
Well, that's a fun game.
Right. And then Lead Hill and Kingston playing each other in the boys. And then the Jasper Pirates taking on the Deer Antlers.
Well, you can't never count out Deer.
Right.
You just can't.
I guarantee you there ain't no tougher place to play in the state. I promise you.
Not at all. Everybody, not at all. They ain't no tougher place.
The barn. I don't know what they call it up there, but it's like that. It's a barn.
I couldn't fit in the bench is literally built underneath the front of the bleachers.
Now, I mean,
and I couldn't even fit in that.
I haven't been in the gym in 30 years almost,
changed.
but I will tell you, the final regular season game that I played in high school was at Deer. And that was as intimidating a place as I've ever seen.
It was.
It was a different world. Now, I played at Mountainburg, man. I mean, you play I mean, obviously, we had some redneck people, no doubt about it, right?
You did.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through and say, well, they're all rednecks. But here's what I am going to say, is that place is hard to play. Hard to play. They make it very, very difficult there. And I will say that we had to have a police escort to get out the building. It was a wild game. It was a wild game there that night. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, anyway, but, everybody has their wild people no matter where it's at.
That's a fact.
And when it gets rowdy in Arkansas, it gets rowdy, right? I mean, it just does. So, anyway, speaking of place that gets rowdy, Berryville gets rowdy. I've seen that. Berryville and Prairie Grove in the semifinals in the boys. That's going to be an interesting game because, that I look at that 4A1 and that 4A4 this year, and I think that's it's a similar conferences. They're really close to each other this year.
It'll be a fun matchup.
So when you talk about the matchups of these two conferences in the regionals, seeding is very important, very important in those games. Let's see here, Dirks. So the Dirks Outlaws and Lady Outlaws at Spring Hill both playing Cutter Morning Star, and
well, that's awesome. Both schools make it in. That's cool.
Right.
Don't happen always.
So apparently last night a freshman hit a game-winning shot for Dirks to send them to the final game, the finals there. So they pulled a little bit of an upset to get there. I think it was over Mineral Springs. I think it was over Mineral Springs, if I'm not mistaken.
It always happens.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Pottsville had a couple of freshmen get some playing time yesterday too. Good minutes but not like that.
This time of year, man. This time of year for sure. Let's look here and talk about some more here. Mr. Legacy letting us know. He said Riverview and Rosebud tonight. That's a big one there. Riverview, I look at them and think they kind of in that mix for that state championship in 3A. I know that they were heartbroken last year on how they went out in the season. What are you looking at?
I'm just trying to see where you saw it. Where do you say that?
What?
I don't see it at all.
I am on the high school posts.
Me too.
So you have to look at go look at a post that I made about.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That's what I'm looking at right now. Hector boys and Hackett boys taking on each other. Hackett kind of making their way in. The girls' side as well. The Hackett girls are in there. That's a little bit of an upset to get there. And who do they play? Is it Akron that they play? I believe it might be.
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah. So, anyway, and then you've got, let's look here. Osceola already won. McGee, here's an interesting thing. I'm going to read this straight from Lathan Zeman, or Zyman, however you say it. Says, McGee upsets everyone as a 4 seed in the district with a coach that retired 8 years ago after winning a state championship and just decided to fill in this year and now has another district championship. He deserves to be noticed. So didn't say who the coach was. And, of course, I mean, I wish I knew, but I really wasn't keeping up, especially statewide in
The
8
girls
years
or boys?
ago. It's the boys. Now, the girls went down last night to Dumas. McGee had beaten Dumas twice. Dumas gets them in the third
Their coach
round.
is Jerome Pace.
Okay, McGee's coach is Jerome Pace.
Yeah. 13-13 on the season, 7-5 in conference.
Well, they made it all the way through the district and won the district championship.
That's pretty spectacular.
That's a great run there.
Yeah, it is. Go McGee.
Scranton taking on County Line in the district finals on the boys' side, I believe.
That'll be a
Is
good
that right?
game.
Yes, senior boys, 7-15.
Scranton's always so tough.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. Hackett's taking on Akron, and then you've got
For some reason,
Hackett taking on Hector. What?
the Facebook just keeps, and that's the black screen, like you were talking about earlier, just keeps doing that randomly. I don't know why.
Because this internet, for some reason, doesn't seem to like
it doesn't
Facebook very much.
You're right.
Mansfield, Charleston, and the girls in that 3A4. We already talked about the boys, Paris and Subiaco. I'm going to go back and refresh this post here because I've had it up for quite a while. Let's see if any new info has come in on that. But, man, it's just a great time of year. I mean, it's just a fun time of year because you've got so much good basketball. The level of basketball steps up. You notice people take it to the next level with the season on the line. I've just read those. Let's look here. Let me see what this is here. At Shiloh. Shiloh is hosting that district tournament there in the 4A1.
Nevada versus Blevins around 3. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
That's tough.
What'd you say?
Nevada versus
yes.
Blevins around 3.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Bay and BIC in the boys, in the girls. Bay and Riverside is that right? No. Bay and BIC in the boys, Bay and Riverside in the girls. Is that semifinals? I assume it is semifinal matchups because of the time. Because you've got Bay boys playing at 5:30 and the girls playing at 7. So I'm assuming there's probably an 8:30 boys tip-off. Yes, and somebody comes right in and says, Stephen Myrick says EPC and BIC and the girls at 4, EPC and Rector and the boys at 8:30. So there you go. And then you got Mountain View. Mountain View girls have the best chance they've had to win it all. They are so athletic, let me tell you. Riverview and Rosebud. Greenland versus Elkins. I assume that's in the girls. Man, I saw Greenland won like 80-something to 20-something. Just maybe last night even. Bradford boys taking on Wonderview and senior boys. Bradford's a team that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. See if anybody else got go Charleston. Mansfield, Charleston, and the girls there is going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Those Mansfield girls are really good.
Yeah, but Charleston,
I ain't saying Charleston ain't good either.
Actually, no, they didn't. But Paris got Mansfield, and then Lavaca got Mansfield, and that was 2 in a row there. But I think Mansfield had still won the conference maybe.
Yeah.
Again, when we start talking about off the top of my head, it's too much to keep up with. All right, let's look here. All
Shout
right.
out your games. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Tell us where you're going to watch games tonight and tomorrow.
Absolutely. Who are we needing to talk about here?
Yeah. Who are we forgetting? There's so many.
There's just so much to talk about. Anyway, let me think here. You got one semifinals at Dover tonight.
Yeah.
Dover girls getting ready to play their first game in a while. They're one of 2 undefeated teams in the state right now. You got Poen girls and Dover girls. As far as I know, that's the only 2 undefeated teams in the state. Trying to think, who do they play? They play Haskell, I think.
Holy cow!
What?
Fountain Lake. It's 3 days ago with Fountain Lake. I didn't realize Fountain Lake beat Mills.
What?
Fountain Lake beat
No
Mills.
way. Where?
50-55.
Are you talking about boys?
Yeah.
You sure?
Swear to God. SB Live, unless they're wrong. Because they played them back-to-back days on the 16th.
Yeah.
Fountain Lake lost 55-52.
Oh.
And they came back in the next day 50-55. Wow.
Well, let me tell you something. Dylan Detmering can play. You remember Dylan? You remember he played?
Dylan can basically, that boy can ball. It's his 10th grader. That's when last time I seen him.
2,000-point scorer in his career.
Yeah, he's had a spectacular time.
They sure enough
look,
did.
Fountain Lake, they scrap. It's been a couple years since I've got to see them, in person. But Fountain Lake, they are always tough.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that league right there, Mills,
It's
Hall,
brutal.
East Him, and Fountain Lake.
It's brutal. brutal.
That's tough. Malvern come in. Malvern was undefeated in the non-conference. They're 2-8 in conference, and then poor Bauxite didn't even have a chance this year.
No.
That's wild, but that's a great win. And we haven't moved Mills off that one spot in the 4A since we've been going, which they hadn't lost, but that would be the first one they've lost in quite a while.
Conference, yeah.
Well, man, congratulations to Fountain Lake. That's a huge win.
That's a huge win, yeah.
Huge win.
It says their next game. It said they had a game last night against Hall, but there's no score posted.
Chase Melder says he'll be in Dardanelle to watch the Lady Apaches and Apaches tomorrow. Yeah. Chase, I'm joining you, man. I'm going to be over there tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to be with us?
Yes, sir.
Yay.
I'm going to be with you. Regional wise, especially if it works out to the Wednesday, Friday, Saturday split, I'll be there. But I got to be on the phones. Unfortunately, I keep saying unfortunately, but that is the truth. I've got to be on the phones, trying to get that money raised up here for the state tournaments, both of them here. It just is what it is. Bearden taking on Lafayette County in the girls. That's going to be a good one. Or no, is that the boys? I believe that's the boys there. And that will be one heck of a matchup there. I'm telling you, man, that 1A, that region down there, was it the 4th region down there? That is going to be a bloodbath. I'm telling you. We already talked about it. You got 7 really good teams down there going to be battling for 4 spots. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get. That first round is going to be something down there.
Oh.
What?
Hall won the conference.
Yeah?
Hall won last night, apparently.
Sorry. I'm going to have to get a water real quick.
Yeah, you're good, dude. Holy cow. Hall finished 23-6, 9-1 conference. That's
Well, I know that Hall lost to Mills, so they tied for conference. By the way, somebody from Hall watches what we do. They're always commenting on it, which we appreciate that.
No, if Mills lost, that makes them 8-2 in the conference. They're 8-2. Hall won it outright 9-1. If they won,
what I'm seeing is 8-1. Let me look.
Yeah, no, that's without last night's updated game.
Oh, okay.
The Hall game from last night is not updated. And I'm seeing this on the Little Rock School District Facebook page.
Shoot!
Saying congratulations to the 4A5 South Conference champs. Holy cow!
Man,
and that dude's been in my watching Pottsville games and being on the streams every time. Oh, Mills will beat the dog out of this team. Mills will beat the dog out of y'all. Well, guess not.
Chase is saying awesome game last night between Ozark and Dardanelle boys. Overtime win for Dardanelle. Braden Haney with 23 last night.
Ooh. It's a big game for Braden. Dardanelle, they've struggled with that Rod Chatton, and I hate that for
Chatton did play.
Chatton played. Good for him. Glad
he did play
glad
last night.
Some. They just struggled without him. Had that broken arm from football, and I don't like facing teams when they're not full strength. That's when you want to beat the team, especially your rival. And I don't wish no ill on those kids at all because, Chatton's a good guy, and he's always been kind every time I've talked to him.
Sure.
So glad to see he's back in the game. It's added depth for Dardanelle. That boy can jump at the gym. Good look out rebounding him.
Right.
Legitimately, you got to box him out and then some.
He does create matchup issues.
He does, big time.
Now, he's obviously not healthy totally because of that broken hand, arm. I think was it not right up here like a
it was. I think it was close
maybe
to
a
the
wrist
below the
area,
the growth plate at least, if I'm not mistaken.
Anyway,
correct us if we're wrong.
Right, that was a very tough deal for him, and timing obviously not only for basketball season, but the fact that he was really only able to contribute very little going down the stretch with the state football finals and all that. That was hard deal there for them, and really put them at a disadvantage. Not to say that that Elkins wouldn't have won it. I'm just saying that Chatton really was, probably their second best player outside of Vega.
Yeah, really.
The D3 Auto Sales MVP. We want to thank D3. We want to thank Arkansas Tech. Tyson Foods.
Jason Burton said that Dirk Senior Boys knockoff forming on the last-second shot, that's fun.
Premier Facilities Group also, along with Metcalf Trucking. Appreciate them for allowing us, making this happen for us. A big deal for us. Anyway, a lot of good basketball. I do wish I knew what was going on at Dover over there in the 3A5. I wish, let me see if I can find something. Maybe you can find something while you're at it. Maybe here. No, they hadn't posted on that one since 2022, so it's definitely not it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the 4A5 district. Anything about it?
They don't do the district.
Oh, they don't do district in that? Oh.
No.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, it does make for makes it harder for teams that aren't going to make it. We've grown up in an area that district tournament is, but I know that coaches will argue. They'll say, well, if you do the district tournament, it takes away from the regular season. It's kind of the college football argument. I get it. So, looking at the bracket here, the girls' bracket, Dover is playing Harmony Grove. I assume that Mayflower's playing Baptist Prep tonight on the girls' side. And then on the boys' side, I'm pretty sure Atkins, as the 5 seed, I know they have. They are in the semifinals taking on Harmony Grove, and Jessieville is taking on Mayflower there. And so those are your regional teams in the 3A5. And they'll be taking on the 3A6. So, anyway, good stuff here, man. Good stuff. Anybody got anything before we wrap this thing up? Star City Boys, chances in the Nashville Regional. Well, Drew, I think, number one, they won the conference, so that gives them a much better shot, I would say. Obviously, when you play a 4, I think you're better off, obviously. I mean, that pretty much goes without saying. I do think that the 7 is a tougher conference than the 8 is, and the 4A8. And I'm going to go down the standings here real quick and look at the 4A7. I don't think they play a district tournament either in the 4A7. So I haven't seen anything about it. I can say that. Nashville.
Sloan Hendricks boys and girls. Yeah, how's Nashville doing?
Well, I'm just saying Nashville. We need some sponsorship out of Nashville. Forest City also could use some sponsorship. I think you're going to make it. Looking at the 4A7 right now, you've got an Arkadelphia team at 9-15 and a DeQueen team at 9-19, tied in the conference. Let me look and see how they've done against each other. The last time that Arkadelphia and DeQueen played, 58-55 DeQueen, and then they won 55-36. Arkadelphia did. So they're the holder of the tiebreak. Let's look and see who's left for them. That's tonight. They've got Hope tonight, and they beat Hope 61-32 last time they played. And then the Queen tonight has Magnolia. Probably to Arkadelphia, who Star City is going to be playing in the first round of the regional tournament. And I would say I'd feel pretty good about that. Wouldn't you? I mean, if you're playing a team that's 10 games below 500.
Yeah.
So you feel pretty good. Not to say, I will say that I bet you Arkadelphia is probably a little better than that 10 game below 500, schedule and record. But
knowing them, they probably play a pretty tough schedule to start the season.
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of athletes down there. There's a lot of good teams.
Everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of good teams down there. I don't think it's necessarily like your regular teams there. Sloan Hendricks beat Tuckerman last night. For the 5th time this year, Sloan Hendricks girls had their second over 90-point game this year against ICC.
Boy, it's hard to beat a team 5 times in a year.
I've only seen it once.
I've only seen it. Well,
I guess now I know of it. Yeah. I know of it twice now. But Drew, I feel good about your team. I feel good about your team there for sure. In the regional, Star City got a good shot at making state. They'll be the 1 seed coming out of that 4A8. You're probably going to have to beat Nashville in the second round of the tournament, probably. So that'll be tough. So, but not impossible. But it will be at Nashville, which Nashville has a very nice setup over there, by the way. Anyway, I guess that's it, man.
Yeah, a couple quick shout-outs from me. Pottsville finished with the 4A state championship in wrestling this past week, and they got like 6 all-state wrestlers. So congrats to them. That's Pottsville just, I know we don't talk about wrestling much, at all. I mean, except for little tidbits from me. But we've had a wrestling program at Pottsville for 4 years now, and we've won 2 or 3 state championships as a squad. And you got multiple kids just winning state title after state title, and just awesome to see. And the wrestling is exploding in Arkansas, and I know nothing about it. Just the little bit I've seen from my friends' Facebook talking about their kids, but man, they work hard. They're on the mats in their little sweat box of a room 3 hours a day, just grinding out. And props to them and all the kids who made all-state wrestling this year. Good job on y'all. That's hard work.
There you go. Well, man, I guess that's it for now. I mean, I think we've kind of covered it all as far as what we've got. It's hard to keep up. So much. What I wish is that people would post their brackets, or I would know where to go to get their brackets. And
I can't find brackets nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you know where to go, but we're talking about the World Wide Web here, man. It's hard to find it.
Farmington would wipe the floors with Arkadelphia. I mean, maybe.
What? What?
What? They won't be playing anything.
What are we talking? Why are we talking about that? That's odd. I mean, sure, Farmington's really good at both boys and girls.
That's why we have them ranked number 1. And we've talked about.
I think they're 3 in the girl or the boys.
Yeah. We've talked about that star girl y'all got on that squad many a time.
Easton McCulloch.
Yeah, that girl can play. The only thing making her not the best scorer in the state is Demaya from Bearden.
Right.
That's otherwise she'd be the best scorer state's ever seen on the girls' side.
She may end up being.
Yeah, she's just a sophomore. Yeah, and I'd like to see her put up 80 in a game. That'd be awesome, but I don't think there's time enough.
She broke 1,000 points earlier this year already as a sophomore. I bet she's pushing 1,500 now. I wonder, you're talking about she's going to probably get 3,000.
Easy.
I don't.
Unless she
easy.
gets injured. Well, yeah. Well,
it's never easy.
The way some of those scores look on teams they play, it looks a little easy for her. Just she's so smooth.
Yeah. David Bartlett said, "I would not want to play McGee senior boys right now." You're right. They're
hot.
Those type of teams get into it. Now, you also see it where they get that chance to cool off just a little bit. They don't play again until a week away, and it doesn't help them any. Dover girls play Harmony Grove, and Mayflower girls play Baptist Prep. That's Brittany Ellis Bean. Appreciate you for that. And I guess that's it, guys. If we had more matchups, we could talk a little bit about them, but right now that's what we got. So we'll finish up tomorrow. Razorbacks play Missouri. Need a big victory there.
Yep.
I tell you what, I'm having fun watching this Razorback team.
They're fun to watch. Win or lose, they're still fun to watch.
I said this the other day. Maybe you'll disagree with me, but I'd rather watch Cal lose than watch Muss win. I'm not joking. Because, man, it was a grinded out. It was, 55 to 52 sometimes. I mean, you get up there every once in a while, but, man, he was much more about making sure that the other team couldn't score. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a great plan, and a lot of times those teams seem to go farther. But, man, it's a whole lot more fun to watch Cal's teams play.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It just is. It's
granted, I love the tenacity of a lot of the players that the most had. You can't say a bad word about Anthony Black and how hard that guy played.
Yeah.
But it's a different feel with these Cal teams. It's more exciting to watch. You got the pickups we're getting, the recruits we're getting. Just the other day when we got that top 5 recruit, I can't remember his name. I'm just drawing a blank right now.
You're talking about Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan Smith Jr.
Like, we weren't getting those kind of kids with
no.
Muss. Not even coming. They weren't even. Arkansas wasn't even on those kids' radar.
Moses Moody is a top, but he.
Yeah, Moses Moody was a different animal.
Well, Moses Moody's an Arkansas kid. That's why they got him.
Yeah. If it hadn't been for that, he wouldn't have got him.
So we got invited to the NJCAA Region 2 basketball tournament, the 25th to the 28th. Where is that at? Let us know that. I mean, we're not. We were definitely
through February.
No,
yeah, we can't do
March 25th through the 28th. Muss, he was getting good recruits, but he wasn't getting the number 1, number 2. He wasn't getting Darius Acuff. He wasn't getting Jordan Smith Jr.
No.
Jordan Smith Jr. is outside of Nick Smith.
He wasn't getting Malik Thomas either.
Man, Malik Thomas played really good. He totally overshadowed. He played great against Alabama. And one of the reasons why Arkansas didn't win is because he fouled out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they would have been able to beat Arkansas if he hadn't fouled out. What
I like about Acuff and Thomas there, though, is they feed off each other.
Yeah.
There's no selfishness. Not really. You don't see it on the floor. You don't see Acuff, he takes more shots, but he still dishes to Malik every chance he gets.
He did say that it was this month.
Oh,
coming up this
month?
week. Up at North Ark. Okay. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to make it with regional tournament coming up this week.
Oh yeah, we ain't got time, bro.
Yeah. But
we packed in now.
Anyway, I do appreciate it though. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up again. Thank you for joining us here on Arkansas Sports Now. Next week on Monday, we'll talk rankings. We'll talk regional matchups because we'll be able to find the brackets.
Yeah.
And we'll know, and we'll go down through the list there. We'll break down as much as we can, and talk a little bit about just.
Yeah, if we break down everything for the regionals, we're looking at a 3-hour podcast.
Right.
On Monday.
Yeah. He says he's the SGA president and the PA for all the basketball games.
Oh, rock on! That's awesome.
And the Region 2 tournament. So awesome, man. That's great. That's awesome. All right. Well, we're out of here. Appreciate you joining us on Arkansas Sports Now, and we'll have some postseason basketball to talk about on Monday, plus our rankings and hopefully a Razorback victory.
See you, folks.
Yep.